What if Arda Güler wins the World Cup? Not as a squad player, not as a future star, but as the player who carries his country to it. Because if that happens, football doesn't just change, it breaks. And if you enjoy stories like this, where one moment can change football forever, make sure you subscribe, because the story you're about to hear gets even crazier. See, the World Cup isn't supposed to work like this. It's where legends are built over time. Messi needed years of heartbreak. Mbappe needed the perfect team. Ronaldo never got the moment, and that's how difficult it is. But Güler, he's still at the beginning, and somehow he's already part of this conversation. Because Arda Güler isn't just another young talent. He plays like the game is slower for him. The way he controls the ball, the way he scans the pitch, the way he picks passes nobody else even sees. It feels like he already understands everything. At Fenerbahce, he wasn't just talented, he was different. A player who didn't panic, a player who didn't rush, and a player who looked like he belonged even before he arrived. Then came Real Madrid, and that changes everything. Because at Madrid, you don't just learn how to play, you learn how to win. Training with elite players, playing under pressure every single week, that environment creates monsters. Now here's where things get interesting. Turkey is not a World Cup favorite. They're not expected to dominate. They're not even in the conversation. And that's exactly why this becomes dangerous. Because football doesn't always follow logic, and sometimes it only takes one player. We've seen it before. Maradona in 1986, Messi in 2022. One player changing everything, and Güler, he has that same feeling, and that same unpredictability, that same freedom. He doesn't play safe, and he plays like he belongs. So imagine this, and it's 2026, knockout stage. Pressure is at its highest, and suddenly, Arda Güler steps up. Goal from distance. A perfect assist, moment of magic. When it matters most, game after game, he becomes the difference. And before anyone realizes what's happening, Turkey is in the final. Now think about that. A team nobody expected, led by a player nobody was ready for. Standing one game away from history, and if they win, everything changes. If Güler wins the World Cup, instantly becomes one of the biggest names in football. Not a rising star, not a future talent, a global icon. Jumps ahead of players who have been at the top for years. Because nothing in football is bigger than this. And more importantly, he changes what we believe is possible. Because now, any young player from any country can look at that moment and think, why not me? But this is where reality hits. Because football isn't a fairy tale. Pressure destroys players. Expectations break careers. And the World Cup punishes mistakes. And Güler, he hasn't faced something this big yet, not fully. But that's exactly what makes this so interesting. Because if he handles it, if he actually wins, we're not just watching a great player. We're watching something football didn't see coming. A player who wasn't supposed to win, becoming the one who changes everything. And that's why nobody is ready for it.